Once I began to sense that this presence was already there and already responding, something in me wanted to lean in, not out of effort, but out of recognition. Like something in me knew that this mattered. And at first, it was still inconsistent. Moments where I would feel it and respond to it, and then lose it again. Get pulled back into the same reactions, the same urgency to change what I was feeling, the same instinct to fix myself. But now, even when I lost it, I knew there was somewhere else that I could return to. Not a place, but a way of relating. And that changed how I moved inside those experiences. Because instead of trying to get it right, I started to come back to that connection again and again, sometimes quietly, sometimes in the middle of the intensity, just turning toward it and responding. And something began to deepen, not in a dramatic way, but in a steady one. Like the more I stayed connected to it, the less I was pulled completely into the reaction. The anxiety could still be there, the thoughts could still come, but there was also something else present at the same time. Something that didn't move the way I did. And slowly, that became to matter more than the reaction itself. Not because the reaction went away, but because it wasn't the only thing I was inside anymore. And that's when another shift happened. Because I started to realize that this wasn't just another thing that I can turn to when things became difficult. It was becoming something I could stay with, even before anything was wrong, even in the ordinary moments. And that changed the orientation completely. Because now, this wasn't about managing my experience. It was about living in relationship with something that was already there, already steady, already not reacting the way I did. And the more I stayed with that, the more natural it became to respond from there. Not perfectly, but differently. And that difference began to shape everything else. See you in the next episode.